shall be reading the part 6. Part 6. The dead mother who cooks for a family. Part 6. Part 6. Dead mother who cooks for a family. Part 6. Part 6. Part 6. Let's dive into it. Meanwhile, if you have not yet read or listened to the other parts, I would encourage you to do so, and then you can continue from here. So this is the part 6 of the mother who promised to continue feeding her family even after her death. The lantern shook in Abdul's hand as he ran through the sleeping village. The moon hung low behind thick cloud, and the narrow earth path seemed longer than he remembered. Every tree seemed longer than he remembered. Every tree cast strange shadows across the ground. Every gust of wind sounded like someone whispering his name, Maria. Only the distant smell of food, fresh onions, palm oil, pepper. The smell grew stronger with every step. Soon Abdul could see his compound. The old mango tree stood exactly where it always had, but something about it was different. Its leaves had turned dark, not brown from drought, black, as though they had been burned by invisible fire. The grass around the house had withered. The flowers Zainab once planted beside the doorway had died. Even the air felt heavy. The house looked abandoned, yet warm orange light flickered through the kitchen window. Someone or something was cooking again. Abdul pushed open the compound gate. It creaked loudly. The cooking stopped. Silence, complete silence. His heart thundered inside his chest. Mariam, still nothing. He stepped into the yard. The front door was opened. He had locked it days ago. Now it hung wide, gently swaying in the wind. Inside, everything was dark except for the kitchen. A soft orange glow spilled across the floor. Abdul tightened his grip on the lantern. Then he walked inside. The house smelled exactly as it had when Zainab was alive. Fresh dew, warm bread, roasted fish. For one painful moment, it felt as though nothing had changed, as though his wife would step into the room smiling, wipe his hand on her wrapper, and ask why he had come home so late. His eyes widened with tears. "I wish you were really here," he whispered. The words had barely left his mouth when a gentle voice answered from the kitchen. "I never left." Abdul froze. His breathing stopped. That voice, it was Zainab. Soft, warm, gentle, exactly as he remembered. For a single dangerous moment, hope entered his heart. Could it really be her? He took one slow step toward the kitchen, then another. Then voice came again. "Abdul, I've been waiting." His eyes filled with tears. He wanted to believe. More than anything, he wanted to believe. When he reached the kitchen doorway, he saw her. She stood beside the charcoal stove with her back turned towards him. She wore the same blue wrapper she had worn the week before she became sick, the same buttoned scarf, the same gentle posture. She was stirring a pot with a wooden spoon slowly, patiently, exactly the way not pale, not frightening, just Zainab. Tears rolled down Abdul's face. He took another step. I'm sorry, he whispered. I'm sorry I couldn't save you. She smiled sadly. It wasn't your fault. Abdul reached out his trembling hand. He wanted to hold her again. His fingers were only inches away from hers when he noticed something. Her feet. She wasn't standing on the floor. She was floating. Only a few inches, but enough. Abdul stopped. The smile on Zainab's face remained, but her eyes no longer blinked. They simply stared, unmoving. Then, she smiled wider, much wider, far wider than any human mouth should. The corners of her lips stretched almost to her ears. Abdul stumbled back. No, her neck tilted sharply to one side. Bone cracked loudly. Then her voice changed. The warmth disappeared. Dozens of whispers spoke beneath it. You came home. The fire inside the stove burst upward. The flame turned deep black. The kitchen was trembled. The woman standing before Abdul began changing. Her skin darkened like burned wood. Her arms became unnaturally long. Her fingers stretched into the thin claws. Her smile remained impossibly wide. Only her eyes stayed the same. Zainab's eyes filled with sadness. For one heartbreaking second, Abdul realized the truth. Whatever the creature was, it wasn't pretending to be Zainab. Some parts of Zainab trapped inside it, fighting, unable to escape. Unable to escape, her eyes silently begged him, don't believe it, don't come close, run. Then Abdul heard another voice, Daddy. He turned. Mariam stood quietly in a far corner of the kitchen. She looked calm and peaceful, almost peaceful. She had a small wooden bowl in both arms. Inside it was fresh stew. Steam rose gently into the air. Mama made your favorite, she said with a smile. Come and eat. Abdul rushed towards his daughter, but before he could reach her, long black fingers shot out from beneath the stove. They wrapped around Mariam's ankles. She did not scream. She simply looked down and said softly, They are hungry. The floor cracked open beneath the stove. A deep rumbling echoed from the below. The earth itself seemed to breathe. Then Abdul looked into the crack. His blood froze. Far beneath the house, he saw movement. Hundreds of pale hands reaching upward. Hundreds of hollow faces, sunken eyes, open mouth, all staring towards the kitchen, waiting, hungry. The whispers rose together. Feed us, feed us, feed us, feed us. The sound shook the walls. Dust rained from the ceiling. The creature wearing Zainab's face smiled again. I promised that no one would ever be hungry again. Abdul understood at last. Zainab had not made a promise to her family. In a final moment, something beneath the earth had heard her grief and answered, but not out of kindness, but out of hunger. It had offered to keep a promise forever, a terrible price. Just then, a bright light passed through the kitchen door. Move. Mama Sade's voice echoed through the house. She stood outside holding a burning bundle of sacred herbs in one hand and Baba Kole's ancient wooden carving in the other. The room finally saw Zainab, her real face. Tears streamed down her cheeks. She smiled gently at him and mouthed three silent words. Forgive me, Abdul. Then the darkness swallowed her again. The kitchen door slammed shut on its own. The entire house shook violently. From inside came the sound of the creature laughing, and beneath that laughter, the steady sound of a wooden spoon, still stirring, still cooking, as though the meal has just begun. What do you think about this part of the story? And don't forget to follow us for the remaining part of the story.